What's going on, Facebook, YouTube, the world? Super excited to get with you guys today. Welcome to the Mogul Podcast, where you learn to become a mogul, whether if it's in the health, wealth, or spiritual connection. We have guests, in case you guys didn't know, we have guests in every category. So I bring on some people who are in the health space. So if you're in the health space, and you want to jump on, reach out, send me a DM. Looking for some holistic people, some holistic doctors, some regular Western medicine doctors, all that good stuff. Not only that, just people who are on diets, personal trainers to give. I know everybody has that summer bod right now, and if you don't, you can still get that, or just to stay healthy. I think that's important too. So make sure that you guys take advantage of when I bring on a person in the health space. And then I have people in the wealth space, wealth creators, people who are going to show you how to build a business, people who are going to tell you about credit, people who are going to tell you about the 5 keys to money mastery: make money, save money, manage your money, protect your money, and ultimately grow your money. They're going to show you how to do these things. If it's life insurance, not death insurance, but life insurance, right? So a lot of people got that kind of twisted around. Life insurance is, you could use it now and tax free and get all these good advantages and things while you're living. They're going to teach you about stuff like that. I had a guest on here that was teaching us about AI technology and how to make that more efficient in your own businesses and things like that, and how to create more money that way. And then spiritual connection, people who are uh, teach you about affirmations, teaching you about meditation, teaching you about good energy, or talking about God, Jesus. I have a couple pastors are looking to come on, things like that. So it's helping people to get these three elements into your into your belt as and use them as a tool so you can become a mogul. And I strongly believe that, and that's where the brand came. The Mogul brand was founded, in case a lot of you don't know. We're going to be talking a lot about that today. We're going to be talking about where did the mogul come from now, where are you going, all sorts of things. How did you get from where you were to where you are now? We're going to be talking about that. I'm going to be very vulnerable here. I'm gonna tell you guys some personal things, and there's other personal things that I don't talk about, but there's some things that are very important for you guys to know, just to relate with you guys and let you guys know I am no different than any other individual. So success can come for you too. So today, your special guest is me, your full-time entrepreneur, Mr. Mike Porchia, and we're going to be talking about how to achieve success by doing these 5 things right now. And so, first and foremost, I like to do my intro. My name is Mike Porchia. I am a born and raised in Tulare, California, and if you don't know where that's at, it's in between Bakersfield and Fresno. Also known as the Central Valley, also known as Cowtown, also known as T Town, the 559. I mean, if you guys got other names for it, drop it in the comment box. But that's where I'm from, born and raised. I was born from a single mother, a teen mom at that. She was 16 years old when she had me. She couldn't afford to have me, so she gave me to my grandmother, and she moved to LA to, help her life, and so in doing that, I lived with my grandmother who raised me. She raised me in the church. I had a lot of different individuals that are surrounded me and prayed for me and all sorts of things and helped me try to stay in line. But that could be difficult at times, not having a mom around and having a grandma who I call mom. And then when I was 5 years old, my father passed away. He was murdered right there in my hometown. So no mom, no dad, just grandma. Thank God for grandmas, right? Anybody out there? Thank God for grandmas. Man, grandmas are the best, man. So she took care of me the best as she could and raised me. And let's fast forward into the third grade. I was in Miss Flegel's class. Anybody know Miss Flegel? What's going on right there? Pleasant Bears. Those of you know Pleasant Elementary. That's where I went. And Miss Flegel's class, she asks everybody a question, and you guys are probably familiar with this question, and your kids are probably familiar with this question. And the question is what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? And I remember sitting in my classroom, and I remember just sitting there and being like, yo, what do I want to be when I grow up? And you had to, jot it down on this brown piece of paper. We used to have this brown piece of paper, and um, with bigger, thicker lines. It's not like the white paper, it's like brown paper. And so everybody was jotting down. I'm looking around the classroom like, yo, everybody knows what they want to be, but me, do I want to be a firefighter? I could be a firefighter. Maybe police officer. And I just was unsure what I wanted to be when I grew up. I did know one thing though. I knew that I wanted to make a lot of money. The reason why I wanted to make a lot of money, as I told you before, my grandmother was the only one who raised me, and she raised me in the 400 block of Tulare, California, Meadow Drive, Lunatic Village, uh, the Brown Apartments, whatever you guys want to call it. We lived there, and it was low income apartments. And I remember countless times that we didn't have electricity for months at a time. I remember not having gas, so no heat for months at a time. And I remember we were struggling, with food and things like that, and just different things. We got hit really hard in when I was in third grade, and I remember sitting there every time, and my grandma didn't show really no emotions to that. She tried to make a game out of it. Like there was one time we had to ride public transportation, which is called the transit or whatever you want to call it. We had to use that. We're at Kmart getting a few things, and kept the cafe there. They had the phenomenal hot dogs and all kinds of stuff, slushies and all that. And we're eating, waiting for their public transportation, and it was raining outside. And we had to carry all of our groceries across the parking lot just to get to the public transportation. So I was like, okay. And again, I'm in third grade. And so I remember she's like, there's lava on the ground. You got to jump on certain areas to get to the bus, and the bus is gonna save us, and this and that. And so I was like, okay, cool, as a little kid, and we're doing it. But she did stuff like that to make me feel like we're okay. Like, even though in the struggle that we're okay, but in subconscious in my mind, I'm thinking, we could use a little bit of money, we could use a little bit of this and that. So I always had that. And so back to third grade, when we're writing this, I was like, I want to make a lot of money. And so all the kids get a chance to go in front of the classroom and say what they wanted to be when they grew up. So I remember one kid went up there, and he was like, my dad's a firefighter, and I want to be a firefighter just like him. And everybody's like, yay, that's cool. Another kid goes up, I want to be a cop, and a police officer to protect my family. And everybody's like, oh, that's cool, and all sorts of things, bus driver and teacher and all this. And it was my turn, and I didn't know what to write. So I just wrote what I needed to write, got in front of the class, and she was like, go ahead, Mike, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was like, I want to be a millionaire. And everybody just looked and was just like kind of snickered and giggled a little bit. And she's like, well, what job is that? Like, that's not really a job. What job is it? I said, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up right now, but I do want to help my grandma so that we don't have to struggle anymore. And I remember that was a pivotal moment. I remember that moment all the time because I held on to that. It's like, Mike, what do you want to be when you grew up? And maybe that's you today. You don't know what you want to be when you grow up. Maybe you are already grown up. You still don't know what you want to be. Maybe you're at a job that you really don't get valued for, and you still want to be able to do what you want to be your own boss and do what you need to do. You don't want nobody tell you when to have lunch. You want to eat lunch when you want to, or you want to use a restroom when you want to, without asking for permission, right? You want that time freedom because you have kids at home, and you want to spend as much time as their childhood as you can. I want to say it's available to you. Um, and it's a road to get there, but you could do it. I did it with nothing. I came from nothing. I just explained to you where I came from. And as I fast forward really, really quickly through my life, through different things that I was passionate about and really had purpose for, I began to run out of time, I believe. And I was like, I got to hurry up. I got to hurry up. And there was a time in my life where I was just like, okay, what's next? What's next? And I remember joining, the first time I joined Black and P Living Water was my first experience uh, learning entrepreneurship, learning how to run a business. And I learned so much. If you have an opportunity to jump in a small business or just jump into something, do it. You're gonna learn so much. And I also jumped into an MLM. I did solar. I was just learning, growing, learn how to knock on doors, learn how to talk to people, learn how to network when I was in network marketing. Just gravitating towards all these different things. And one of the things that stuck out was having a mentor, and we'll talk about that later. But and so I was blessed, lucky, and fortunate to have a spiritual mentor. I was blessed, lucky, and fortunate to have a business, multiple businesses, mentors, people that know more than I do. I always tell this thing. I say you have to be the brokest person in the room, and when you're the richest person in the room, get out of that room and be broke again. Right? That means get into another room where, so for instance, if you're making $100,000, you want to make $100,000, get in a room full of people who have done it, right? And once you do it, get in front of people who have made $1 million, so on and so forth, so that you're always leveling up. It's the same thing as educating yourself. Always be the dumbest person in the room, and when you're the smartest person in the room, get out of that room and be dumb again. Get into somewhere where there's more smarter people than you, and that will help you to always level up and always chase after true success, right? So and that's what I did. And then I found true success when I relocated to Las Vegas. And I shared earlier, I was highlighted in the top 40 under 40 magazine. I have multiple awards, multiple awards that I've won through MLM and small business and all different types of things. I've been doing this for a very long time and been successful at it, with discipline and consistency. Now, I don't say this to impress anybody on this live. They're like, This dude is cocky." No, I don't say it to impress you. I say it to press upon you because I'm trying to be vulnerable and let you guys know that you could do it too. I am no different than nobody, right? So this is an opportunity for you guys to do it too. But I want to jump into the things that I have used to help me get to where I am today. Okay, so again, if you're starting with an idea, you're starting somewhere. So let's start with an idea. If you don't have an idea and maybe you're in your entrepreneurship your first year, that is great. Keep going. It takes 3 to 5 years to know if your business is going to be successful or not and sustainable. So continue to go through all the hiccups and things and learn to adapt. Even through social media is a free platform. Use the heck out of it, like everybody else, and that will help you to be successful. Maybe you're a veteran and you're looking back and you're like, oh, what are all these kids doing? All these kids are doing is learning technology and learning how to spend less time out on the workforce, and more time invested into the technology so it frees up their free time, right? So you're working less and making more money. And that goes with AI and other softwares and digital marketers and all those good stuff too. So that's my spiel. That is my spiel. We're gonna jump into it. Hopefully, you guys are super excited as I am to jump into it. You guys, if you have a pen, a paper, if you have a great knowledge, or you can keep it all in, I encourage you to do that. This is going to help you go from square A to square B really quickly. Okay, so we're going to jump into um, and I have my notes up here in case you guys are wondering why does he keep looking up. So achieve success by doing these 5 things right now. We're going to start with have enthusiasm. Bro, you have an idea, you have things that you want to invent, or you braid hair, or you do salon or barber, or water business, or everything else that's out there. You cook food, you do sports. You have a sports academies. You have it's across the board, right? It's across the board. You drop ship, you um all the businesses out there, plumbing businesses or construction, whatever it may is, that is your idea. Let's get it. But you're going to get it with enthusiasm, going into it with enthusiasm. So let me break it down to you. So all great performers have discovered the real secret of greatness. Okay, enthusiasm for what they do. I want you to know that champions are driven by enthusiasm that fires their soul and keeps them on the practice field long after everyone else is gone. The great ones know the raw, unbridled power of enthusiastic mindset. They often have the world view that life is a game to play to the best of their ability with enthusiasm and tenacity until their heart stops beating. Okay, I want you guys to make a list of 5 activities in your life for which you have the most enthusiasm for. Okay, I want you to make a list of 5 activities in your life for which you have the most enthusiasm for. Next, ask yourself this critical thinking question. Does anyone make a living doing this? Does anybody make money off of this? Whatever that may be. Okay, so that's the first one. Remember, have enthusiasm through everything that you do, your ideas, your journey, and all that. Okay, number 2 is create a winning environment. This is essential. If you guys, if you guys need something real quick right now, you need this. This is like you need this in your life like ASAP. So to create a winning environment to help you be successful, for you to get to the next place, for you to continue to drive, to continue to be successful, you're going to need to create a winning environment. See, great performers learn to create their own environment on an ongoing learning, growth, and discipline. I want you to get that. An ongoing learning, remember I was talking about that, growth and discipline. They often discover their greatest joy in conquering of their greatest obstacles, conquering them. Every obstacle that comes, you conquer them. Man, let's keep going. Let's keep getting it. While amateurs do everything possible to exist in the environment of comfortable. Are you an amateur? Is that you today? Are you not? Are you just sitting there? Are you comfortable? Number one, nobody moves in the comfortable. Okay, nobody can be successful in the comfortable. Okay, you only move in the uncomfortable when things don't feel right, right? When things are like, man, I got to post 7 times this week. I'm going to post 2 times. That's comfortability. Get out of there. Post 7 times and get your stuff out there. Okay. So, conquering of those greatest obstacles. Okay. So, while amateurs are doing everything possible to exist in an environment of comfortable, champions know the only true comfort comes from becoming the people they were meant to be by learning and growing each day. Make a commitment. I want you guys to do this. I want you guys to make a commitment to upgrade your environment, beginning with the people around you. You heard it. You guys heard this before. The people you surround yourself is the people you're going to be like. Look at the people right now. Look, think in your mind of the 5 people that you have in your circle right now. Is that who you want to be? Is that where you want to go? If it's not, you need to surround yourself with champions, with moguls, with people who are being successful, mentors, pastors, people who are going to help you and encourage you and pick you up. Check this out. Make a commitment to upgrade your environment, beginning with the people around you. Limit your exposure to neutral and negative people. Remembering the consciousness is contagious. Befriend a champion and spend as much time with that person as possible. Mentorship, mentorship, mentorship. A lot of people say, I don't want a mentor, or I don't need a mentor, I don't like when people tell me what to do, or blah blah blah. Be coachable. They have a path. Let's say that whatever business that you want to go into, okay, you get a mentor that was in that business and making, multimillionaire or hundreds of thousands of dollars or whatever it may be. They had a path. Learn that path, be coachable, and continue to strive to do your very best to do the same exact thing. Rinse and repeat. Having those people in your corner is going to help you to elevate and to level up. Very, very, very important. Befriend a champion and spend as much time with that person as possible. Okay. Number two was creating winning environment. Who's creating a winning environment? Are you guys going to do that today? Hopefully you guys are doing that. Whether if it's in your workplace, in your 9 to 5, or it's entrepreneurship, your side hustle, your side grind, whatever it is, jump into that and create yourself a winning environment by putting people around you and get a mentor. Get a mentor. I'll be your mentor. Let's go. Let's start winning today. Number three, challenge the facts. Ooh. Okay, let's get serious. Challenge the facts. Most progress relies on professional performers who stand up, challenge the status quo, and push the envelope. The great ones definitely dance to the beat of their own different drum. Many great breakthroughs and innovations are made by champions who ignore the facts and figures. Don't be content with the status quo. Don't be content with the status quo. I want you guys to keep seeking a better, faster, more efficient way of doing things. Here's an example of a question to ask. Is it a fact that it's going to take me 20 years to retire? Is that a fact? Yes or no? Answer that question to yourself. Is it a fact that I will gain weight as I get older or after I have children? Yes or no? Is it a fact that I can't start a business and be successful? Is that a fact? Absolutely. These are all facts. But what we're talking about is challenging those facts, pushing pushing the your element, okay, and continue to strive and continue to prove people wrong. That was one of my things, man. I love when people say you can't do this, you can't do that, man. You can't lose 10 pounds and blah blah blah. Man, I'm out there just killing it, figuring it out. Man, you can't make $100,000 this year. Man, I'm out there killing it. Why? Because I love to push the envelope. I like to challenge the facts, and you got to do that too. Okay, don't let your highs be so high and your lows be so low. Okay, there's going to be problems. What do you mean, Mike, when you say that? What I mean is that there's going to be problems and speed bumps along the way, but as you go over, maybe it's a speed bump that lasts a whole year. Okay, cool. It lasted a year. Grow in that. Love the journey, right? And then all of a sudden, that speed bump comes back, but it only takes you a few months. And then a speed bump comes again, and it only takes you a few weeks. And then it's going to take you a few days, and then a few hours, a few minutes, a few seconds, to now that you're so effective at what you do, it doesn't, you can get over those humps easy. Continue to do that. Okay. So challenge the facts today. Okay. Push back. We got some fighters out there. We got some fighters out there to push back. I see you. I see you. Let's continue to strive and let's get better. This could be in any element of your life too. Remember, they're talking about gaining weight. You're looking to lose weight. Come on, let's get it. Who cares about summer? Who cares about the summer bod? Do it for you to be healthy, so you can live longer for your kids. Let's do it. Let's do this. You want to make more money? Let's make more money. You do this for your family, for your culture, whatever it is. Okay, find your why. Okay, let me talk about that. Let me take a side note. Finding your why. Like, what's a why? What's a why? A why is finding a reason why you wake up every morning and do what you do. What's your why? What is it? Nah, your why can't be a brand new BMW. It can't be a car. You know what I'm saying? Because your why has to make you cry at night. Your why has to make you cry at night. When I was a little boy in third grade, and our lights are shut off and no heat in the wintertime, man, that was enough for me. That made me cry at night. Man, I was ready to grind. I told my teacher I'm be a millionaire. It just meant as a little kid that I need money to help us to survive in these hard times. What is your why? What makes you cry at night? Because once you have a why that makes you cry at night, when you wake up in the morning, it's going to define who you really are. It's going to define who you really are as a human being. It's going to define who you are as a parent. It's going to define who you are as a warrior in this world. It's going to define who you are as an entrepreneur. It's going to define who you are as a politician, as a pastor. It's going to define who you are each and every day because of your why. Get a why today. Second thing is my side note is build a build a, what do they call them? What do they call them? A board. You know those boards you put all the stuff that you want to accomplish all the time. Maybe you guys know. Put the comment box below. A vision board. There you go. Got it. Bing. Vision board. Create you a vision board, and when you start, you know, going on your list and you're making it twice, instead of sending it to Santa, you put it on the board, and then you start checking it off every little thing that you do. So this way you could see the success that you're making and the progress that you're making. So this way you could be successful and you have a plan in place, right? Remember, um, to always have an action plan. I always tell people to have an action plan. And then when you're done with that vision board, create another one. Don't stop creating them. Don't get to a place, remember, to be comfortable. Always be uncomfortable and always strive for better. Does that make sense? Get those two things in your life. Okay. You need a why and a vision board. Okay. The next one is number 4. So we're on number 4, y'all. We're almost done. We're almost out of here. Okay. So thank you all that was held on thus so far. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever it is. Thank you every single person that has done that for me. I appreciate every one of you guys. We have went viral on TikTok already a couple of times, and it's because of you. It's because y'all. I'm giving you guys free content. I'm not charging a single cent for any of this. All I want you to do is take the information that is given from each guest, including myself, and go be somebody. And I would love to hear the testimonies. Maybe you grab something from somebody and now you're successful. I'd love to hear those. Throw them on my throw a DM. Let me know that you're being successful or you heard something great and meaningful, and you throw that in DM. That keeps me going too. So let's go to number 4 real quick before we run out of time. Number 4 is achieve happiness for being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. I'm gonna say that again. Number 4 is achieve happiness from being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. Okay. While most people are on a psychological manhunt for happiness, the most successful people in anything will tell you happiness cannot be pursued directly. The great ones know that happiness is a byproduct of living life to the fullest. The pros forget chasing happiness and turn their attention to fulfilling the vision, that vision board they have carefully constructed. Vision board, vision board, vision board, vision board, right? Always action plan, action plan, action plan. Um, the masses repeatedly attempt to create happiness from the outside in. What does that mean? What is possessing and acquiring? More cars, more cars, more more houses. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to fulfill my happiness, and it's I can't get it because it's being and becoming. Okay. Who are you becoming? Who are you? You know, um, the masses, again, repeatedly attempt to create happiness from the outside in, where the great ones know sustained happiness stems from being and becoming and not acquiring and possessing. Maybe that's you today, you know, and maybe we need to switch that. So this way, man, I had the fancy cars. Man, I had a fancy house. Man, we had man, I had this nice house on a golf course. Anybody that knows me, visit that first house, the first house in Las Vegas that I had. Amazing, amazing house, beautiful. I had the cars. We rode, we did it already, but that wasn't fulfilling for me because do I have a trust fund? Am I setting up my life insurance so that I'm accumulating things that I need to accumulate and using it the right way, tax free? Am I building a legacy? Ooh, that's a good one. Are you building a legacy? Are you building a new generation of people who are like you? Are you giving back to your community? Are you helping your community with all the social problems and things that are going on? Are you helping them? At your church place, are you doing what God called you to do? Or are you just showing up, sitting down, going home, being the same person? Because people out there are hurting and they need Christian love. You know what I'm saying? They need you to love on them. They don't need you to preach at them. They need you just to love on them. Broken people, right? So who are you becoming? All right. And just to say that first house is gone, through the pandemic or whatever, how to make some money, everything skyrocketed, blah, blah, blah. Got me a second house in the same neighborhood. But it wasn't as the first house was cooler than the second house. But I loved them both. One was a 2-story and the second one was a 1-story. So anywho, let's carry on. And then, you know, you continue to strive and keep on doing what you're doing. I got rid of all that, and now I'm on a different path, and so that's where I'm at. I'm trying my best to get my happiness from being and becoming, not acquiring and possessing. So that's a little bit of me. I'm telling you guys a lot about me. I'm being very vulnerable today for some reason. I don't know. I'm in my feelings. Just kidding. So before we wrap up, we got number 5. Okay, number 5 is become aware of your limitless potential. Most people seem to be governed by the beliefs which keep them bound in a life of quiet desperation. Because most of us inherit and learn our beliefs from a well intended amateur. Ooh, it makes sense that the majority of us are convinced we only can go so far in life. Stop that. Don't think that right now. That is not as far as you can go. You are so much more. You're hearing it from me. You are so much more. Wherever you're sitting at, stand up. You are so much more than what you think that life is giving you right now. You're living in a moment. Get up and let's make some new moments. Okay? Everything. Stuff that happens in our lives, man, stuff happens. That's a moment. It's not a lifetime thing. So let's stand up today. Okay. Be encouraged. It's time to stand up and be who you were created to be and live in your purpose today. That's what I want you to do is live in your purpose. Um, it makes sense that the majority of us are convinced that we can only go so far in life, but champions, no, this is a colossal myth that has held millions of people back from reaching their true potential, has kept you right there from reaching your true potential. Nah, you're more than that. Okay, each and every one of you guys are more than that. Are y'all listening? You're more than that. Get up, let's go. Okay. Um, this is what I want you guys to do. Ask 5 people who you really know and they care about you to give you a list of your greatest attributes and talents. Do this. This is fun. Do it with your kids, do it with your family members, your friends, the people that you love and care about the most. I want you to do that today. I want to hear, what things these people are telling you. Ask 5 people who really know you and care about you to give you a list of your greatest attributes and talents and why they believe you are gifted in these areas. Okay. Hopefully you're writing this down. If not, scroll back, blah, 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 get it down. Okay. I want you guys to do this. You may be surprised on how others perceive you, and this list may inspire you to tap in on some of those talents that you didn't realize you had. I remember a lot of times, I just had a conversation with a friend, and when they're like, "You're this," and I'm like, "Ooh, I struggle with that." Why do you think that? Oh, because the knowledge and the things, they go on and tell me, all these things and the reasons why. I'm like, that's so weird because a lot of people tell me that, but it's hard for me to believe. But thank you. So I'm gonna tap into that. Okay. Maybe there's something that you will realize and don't know, and you would tap into it. I want you to tap into it. Okay. I'm gonna end it right here. Okay, with the takeaway. But before I end it with the takeaway, because I'm going to end it and it's going to be done, I do want to promote Black MP Living Water. If you guys didn't know, I am the Vice President of Business Development and Marketing for Black MP Living Water. www.blackmp.com. That's www.blackmp.com. And this product right here has 77 essential minerals. Um, It has with the humic and fulvic minerals. It's alkaline to the pH of 10, and anybody knows alkaline water is the best water. Um, and it also has your electrolytes, recurrent electrolytes, and it's you get probiotics straight from the soil. So really great components, and there's so much more. It's non-GMO. There's no chemicals, preservatives, sweeteners, no sugar, nothing whatsoever in that drink. It's really going by storm. And matter of fact, this is soon to be Black and Pea Clear. Right now it's called Ziesel, and this is less frightening, right? Because when you see the black, you're like, oh my gosh, but it's minerals, it's good stuff, it's good for you. And then there's this one, okay, um, which is soon to be called Black and Pea Clear. And then we have some organic flavors that we're coming out with, but those are yeah, those are our products. And we are endorsed by the NFL alumni, Caring for Kids. So all of your money some of your proceeds will go to that and helping kids in situations that I just spoke about earlier, that had less. And so I'm really excited to team up with these guys and grow them to a multi-million-dollar business. And by using these 5 keys and some other things that I'm doing, and we're going to grow this thing, and it's going to be amazing. So look out for us. Okay, we are back. We're back on a new trend. Okay, so follow us on that. But yeah, back to what I was talking about is the takeaway. Okay, so as I end it today, again, I thank each and every one of you guys. I appreciate every one of you guys for tuning in. And here it is, the takeaway. Most people are most people are where am I at? Hold on one second. Oh yeah. The takeaway. Most people are much closer to success than they even realize. You are more closer to success than you even realize. I woke up one day and I was like, yo, I can do it. And I got close and I started doing it. And oftentimes all of it takes a shift of a thought, okay, a belief and philosophies to change the action that dictate how successful we become. If you are struggling to reach success in a certain area of life, don't get frustrated and give up. As Winston Churchill said, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. I'm going to say that one more time for you guys. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. And that was from Weston Churchill. Okay. Again, thank you guys for joining us today. This is the Mogul brand, and I'm going to leave you guys with these 3 things. And these 3 things I always leave you with: I love you. I believe in you. Let's go make a difference.